Let's jump straight into this explainer because today we're tackling the ultimate tech dilemma. Do you go all out and drop the cash on the brand new iPhone 17 Pro? Or is right now literally the perfect time to snag a deeply discounted iPhone 16 Pro? Has Apple actually done enough to make the 16 Pro feel obsolete? We're going to cut through all that spec sheet noise today. We'll translate the heavy technical jargon into real-world, everyday performance so you can confidently make the absolute best call for your wallet. So here's our roadmap. We'll cover a radical design shift, power, cooling, and display, the ultimate camera overhaul, battery life and connectivity, and finally, the final verdict. Section 1. A radical design shift. Okay, so Apple is pulling a total 180 here. They're moving away from the 16 Pro's 199-gram premium titanium frame and that compact square camera module. Instead, they're going with a slightly denser aluminum frame on the 17 Pro. And yeah, you get that polarizing new horizontal Plateau camera module stretching right across the back. It's a massive visual departure. Also, notice the colors. They've dropped those subdued titanium names entirely in favor of the super vibrant silver, cosmic orange, and deep blue options. Now, this shift back to aluminum isn't just for looks. Aluminum actually conducts heat way better than titanium, which let Apple squeeze in a brand new vapor chamber. Basically, this internal liquid-to-vapor cycle means your phone isn't going to aggressively throttle performance or, physically burn your hands during heavy gaming or pulling 4K video edits. It is a highly functional design choice. Moving on to Section 2, Power, Cooling, and Display. When it comes to the screen, it's really all about one gigantic number, and that's 3,000. Both phones feature a beautiful 6.3-inch OLED display, but the 17 Pro hits an astonishing 3,000 nits of peak outdoor brightness. Guys, that's a massive 50% increase over the 16 Pro's 2,000 nits. Combine that ridiculous brightness with a new anti-reflective coating and a much tougher Ceramic Shield 2 glass back, and the real-world impact is huge. We're talking flawless visibility at the beach, and independent testing actually shows it survives roughly double the number of drops compared to the 16 Pro. Under the hood, the 17 Pro is rocking a new 3nm A19 Pro chip, which boasts about 30 to 40% performance gains. But honestly, the real internal upgrade is the memory. We're jumping from 8GB of RAM in the 16 Pro to a standard 12GB in the 17 Pro. So why does that RAM bump even matter? Well, it's basically your ultimate future-proofing tool. Having 12 gigs allows you to keep really heavy machine learning models resident right there in the local memory. That means those demanding Apple Intelligence features are going to run instantaneously and reliably on your device, instead of forcing you to sit there waiting while it pings a server somewhere in the cloud. Next up, Section 3, the ultimate camera overhaul. Here is where we see a complete 48-megapixel sweep on the 17 Pro. The 16 Pro had a 12-megapixel telephoto lens with a strict 5x optical zoom, right? Well, the 17 Pro completely guts that for a massive 48-megapixel telephoto sensor, which gives you both a 4x and a frankly stunning 8x optical zoom capability. For anyone shooting wildlife, sports, or way-off architecture, having that 8x reach is an absolute game-changer. The front-facing camera gets a pretty radical upgrade, too. We're talking an 18-megapixel square sensor that dynamically crops for wide group selfies, saving you from awkwardly twisting your arm out of its socket just to get all your friends in the frame. Plus, there's a brand new dual capture mode for simultaneous front and back recording. If you do any vlogging or reaction videos, this is literally a dream come true. On to Section 4, Battery Life and Connectivity. Moving to a larger 4,000+ milliamp-hour cell, perfectly paired with how efficient that new A19 Pro chip is, yields a very real quality of life improvement. We are jumping from 27 hours of claimed video playback on the 16 Pro all the way up to an impressive 33 hours on the 17 Pro. That extra buffer is absolutely something you'll feel on a long, busy day. You're also getting some tremendous connectivity bumps here. The 17 Pro features a speedier PD 3.2 wired charging spec that gets you to 50% in roughly 20 minutes. It's a total lifesaver when you're rushing out the door. Plus, you get an upgrade to Bluetooth 6.0 for way better connection stability and precise location tracking alongside Wi-Fi 7 and standard satellite support. Which brings us to Section 5, the final verdict. Let's talk dollars and cents. On the surface, the 17 Pro's $1,099 starting price kind of looks like a straight-up $100 price hike over the 16 Pro's original $999 tag. But actually, scratch that. Apple eliminated the 128GB tier entirely. The 17 Pro starts at 256 gigabytes, meaning both phones offer the exact same per gigabyte value at that 256 gigabyte mark. They just raised the floor. So, who should actually buy the 17 Pro? Look, you should absolutely make the jump if you're coming from an iPhone 14 Pro or older because the cumulative updates will honestly blow you away. It's also the obvious choice for outdoor photographers who really need that 8x telephoto and the extreme screen brightness, heavy gamers relying on the vapor chamber, and buyers who just want the absolute maximum runway for future iOS updates. Conversely, sticking with your current device or hunting down a discounted 16 Pro is totally the smarter move if you genuinely prefer the lightweight feel of titanium, are highly budget conscious, or, just don't need an extreme 8x zoom or the highest AI performance ceiling out there. I absolutely love this quote from our source material because it really hits the nail on the head. The differences here are about refinement, not a gap in quality. Both of these devices are just phenomenal pieces of engineering. The 17 Pro is the feature-rich, future-proof powerhouse for sure, but the 16 Pro remains an incredibly capable daily driver. So as you weigh this purchase, ask yourself, are you actually hitting the limits of your current device, or are you just chasing the allure of the newest spec sheet? Take a hard look at your real daily habits, and let that guide your wallet. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep learning.